Now to the story, the Puleng March Foundation has taken an ambitious step to put on school shoes on a lot more feet as a new school year kicks off. Founded in 2021, the foundation hopes to expand on this initiative and help more pupils with essential needs like sanitary towels for girls and donate school shoes for most of those needy communities. Puleng March Foundation Founder Puleng March joins us now in studio for more. Puleng, a very good evening to you and welcome.
Good evening, ma'am, and thank you so much for having me.
Without sounding patronizing, how did a musician find themselves in this position where they thought, let me embark on this?
For me, really, it started back home in Kimberley, where I was raised. I was just surrounded by poverty, I must say. I saw a lot of kids going to school with no shoes. And for me, I believe that God placed me in this situation now where I'm an artist. And automatically people start to think that when they see you on TV, when they see you, you know, they think others will reach out. And then just my love also for giving. I love to give. So I thought, God, when you give me the strength to give, I will really give, and that's what I'm doing.
I'm laughing, and really the mirth is out of just thinking of literally a few hours ago, we were having this conversation with colleagues about the image you put out on social media or what people choose to believe based on the career. That you have money, therefore either you do certain things, you live a certain life. And as you say, for you, you're going back to a life where you're not divorced from what you grew up with.
Yeah, and honestly, I tried to educate, especially the young people, and tell them it's not all that glitz and glamour. What you see on TV, yes, we do that, but it's not all that Tina. We are fortunate to go back and remember good life has not always been like this. So let's remember those who don't have and we give. But it's not because you see me on TV and you think I have all that. Yes, whatever I have, I will come share. But as well as a million, but that's
and
not millions.
I'm asking you around this because there is also donor fatigue, especially when it comes to the fact that there are a lot of drives around sanitary towels. People, for me personally, I keep thinking, why do we keep on going back to the same things? There is a dire need, sanitary towels and school shoes, but should we not be stepping up the game for a sustainable drive? So tell me about how you, as you say, you saw young children go to school without school shoes, and obviously there's a need of sanitary towels. Unemployment has grown, poverty has deepened. But what do you see when you give, how are lives changed?
For me, I get testimonies. I call them testimonies because they reach out through my foundation, through social media, and they tell me that now I'm doing matric. Thank you so much. Wow. I get a lot of those. And because every year I go to schools, I started when I wasn't even on TV, when I wasn't even with Joyous Celebration or the Lion King. Before I joined, I was always that person that would come and give or go speak to the orphanages or go to the girls' shelters and just talk and share my story that I was raised by a single parent, no dad, but look what the Lord has done. So they would always come back and share their stories. So I make sure that I go and just catch up with them and understand where they at. And sometimes the teachers share with me, you know what, thank you for coming. Now we have like 100% pass rate.
And it's about the dignity that you give.
The dignity, really, they share with me, and thank God for social media because they are there every time they see a post. One will say thank you for this campaign because it changed my life, and that also just gives me a push not to give up, because like you said, fatigue does come anywhere. You get tired and you don't know where to go now this time because you went there, and sometimes you go there and they were like, hey Sissy, we can't help today, we don't have, the number just grows every year, you know. But you just don't give up.
The number grows, as I said, because of the worsening socio-economic conditions, and there are people then who are left behind. So how do you choose your projects, whom you reach out to? Because unfortunately, you alone, as much as you do fundraising and whatever donation, you can't help everyone.
I can't help everyone, but I think knocking on doors, talking to people, joining, collaborating with other foundations also helps, because some maybe organizations know better. They will share with, try this one, and of course, because I started out of my own pocket, and thank God for a supportive husband that will always take from our savings as well. So I think like when you take that step, I always say God takes 10 steps to meet you halfway. He sends people that says, like, before I came, a little girl said, I don't have money, but can I just donate a 50 rand?
Wow.
And she donated a 50 rand, and that, that just humbled me. So the more we talk about it, post about it, and people, there are people who listen and they also share, and you get many people to come and help.
So I want to understand what your goals are for the future and how you intend to grow this, if that's what you want to do, but also entrenching the kind of virtue that you're displaying yourself, because as you say, social media is helping you along your journey. And go back to my earlier conversation, we were talking about how people use social media to rather to rather flex, and it's all about the cosmetic, the periphery, the surface. So you doing this great work, some may not even appreciate as much as you do, but what you ultimately, it's inculcating that virtue.
Yeah, I think for me, let me just share first my biggest dream. I shared with someone that because I was also raised in Mkuku. My biggest dream is to give someone a home, even if it's a Mkuku self, because I know at one point Mkuku for me was a mansion. So that's my dream, to build houses, to take a child to school, not only up until matric, but to have that degree, to have that, to call people doctors. They come with their PhDs and stuff like that. I want to go as far as that, support them with bursaries and all that. So not just clothe them, feed them, and make sure they finish the race, work with them that tough race, because
so that they too can help pass others. On the baton,
yes. That's what I always say also at school, that I'm not doing this to be seen or because it's Puleng March or we have, but I just want you to take what I'm doing and go further with it. Do it to someone else, because you might grow up in a place where there's another girl who also doesn't have shoes, because where I grew up there was no role models, and one of my dreams was I want to be a role model. I want to come back and share my stories and sit and tell the next girl that you can do it. Look what the Lord has done, so you can do it as well. You can travel the world, you can be seen on stage, you can build houses, you can buy shoes, you can.
And I want to latch onto that, Puleng. Travel the world. You mentioned The Lion King, which is one of the biggest productions we've exported out of South Africa, which has been big internationally. How difficult or easy is it to reach out to people beyond borders to come on board and help you?
Sure. It's difficult.
Ne?
It's difficult. Some believe, some with the scams out there as well. People are like, hey, you know what? We're not sure if it's you, but I just post. Those who respond will respond. Those who know me because they know the kind of person I am. Yes, they're like, we know her. She's been doing this, and we know her heart. She's very even in the industry that I'm in as a gospel artist. When I don't have money to support another gospel artist when they do their shows, I don't mind going there to cook. Or I cook in my house my own food and bring for the band and the singers to come, because I understand how hard it is to record. So anything that I can do. So I share. Those who see, they will respond. To those who don't. So
but
I always talk about it.
Do your bit and achieve your dreams. No, it's just we're running out of time. You know how it is. Right. So what are you asking for? To whom are you asking, and where can they reach you?
I'm asking companies, friends, families, everyone, that let's not allow a child to go to school barefoot, you know. Donate. My information is all over social media on all platforms, Puleng March Foundation, and my private platforms. Everyone, 50 rand, 200 rand, any amount that you can,
even 10
rand, even
donating.
10 rand. I really don't mind anything. It will really help, because like I said, the amount is growing every day. You know, there's request from as far as Rustenburg, and right now we are sitting at 50 pairs of shoes, and it's still not enough, but we trust for more.
I am curious on this, and I know it's the final question, but I think it's also a very important question. What are the major challenges you face in this endeavor?
Sure, I think it's just the challenges, the finances, and just people trusting, also believing that this is real and it goes to the people. Also, like transporting also the shoes, and like I said, as it is growing, it's outside Joburg, it's in Kimberley, it's in so transporting the shoes, taking them to the people, and just making the noise and spreading the noise and making it louder for people to understand how important it is for children to go to school.
So that's another way that people can donate to you in terms of transport or social media support or all of that. Okay, thank you very much. Puleng March of Puleng March Foundation. She's a founder, and she is on a drive to donate more sanitary towels for young girls, girl children, and of course to give school shoes to the needy.